Hi, it's Kathy from Raven Vintage. Welcome to week 5. Can you believe it? Week 5 of the So Lovely Kit Create collab. I am part of a group for videos every day in March and a few at the end of February. We did an unboxing and then we've been working on our journals. So on Mondays, the host of this collaboration is Dawn from Emerald Mama's Creations. And on Tuesdays every week, you'll see Sandy from Kentucky Krafter. And Wednesdays is myself, Kathy, from Raven Vintage. And on Thursdays, we have DearJulieJulie. On Friday, we have Bexx from BlackWhisperCrafts. And on Saturday, we have my friend Cindy Lewis. So this is a great lineup of creators to watch. Everyone has a fairly similar kit, but everyone's doing their own interpretation on it. So I invite you to look in the description box below and find the links to their accounts and watch their videos too. Dawn said she had a few kits left, so if you want to do this and go back and follow along, you can grab this junk journal kit. It's all curated for you, all put together, and it comes with all the fabrics and the papers and the laces and all the things. This is a separate thing you can purchase. It's a printable from her kit or from her Etsy shop. That went in my cart pretty quick because I've cut those out to make little journaling cards. I think they're absolutely adorable. And of course I can use that time and time again. So here's my basket and I've kind of have it separated. And today we're going to work on those pockets and tuck spots. So I do want to say hello to Patricia Taylor and Maggie Plank. And let me guess at this name, Yvette Zobazic or Zobazic. I'm not sure. But these three have been following this series and enjoying the process, everything from paper selection to design elements. So thank you very much, Patricia, Maggie, and Yvette, for following this series. I appreciate you being here, and I also really appreciate reading your comments. Thanks for chatting with me in the comment section below. That's what I have in my bin. I have it separated, so I've got some cardstock, and I have those cutouts. I'm going to set those to the side. I have folded up in here. This is what I have left of the instructions. I cut it up, the whole two large, you know, when you open it up, the great big page, I cut the entire thing up, and this is what I have left from making, prepping tags and such. Here's all my little bits I have. We're going to use some of those today. Here's a little book I made. We'll show you that later. This is what I have left for fabric cutoffs and ribbon. I have some threads. I made a few embellishments with the tissue paper, the pattern paper, in the last video. Here is what's left of the bigger chunks of the fabric. Set that aside. So we'll just kind of lay these out because we're going to be using them. Here's the journal itself. And what else do I have in my basket? And this paper, oh, that's all the tags I made. So I'll show you those. And folded up in here, I have some fabric pockets ready to go. And then this is what I have left of the tissue paper. There's quite a bit of the pattern paper left. I like to keep everything for a project in one basket. I find it very helpful. And then just doing this, just simply folding a piece of paper in half and kind of separating items, I find that very helpful too. So we're going to go through and add some pockets and tucks, spots, and maybe some flip outs. We'll see. But let's first take a look at what we have. I would like to count these. So if you recall, we have there are three signatures in the journal. So that kind of helps me decide what to do. So this, I'm assuming, so I backed everything with just cardstock. And I used Fabri-Tac glue to adhere the fabric pieces to the cardstock. That's all I did. So I ripped some, I cut some. So I have 1, 2, 3 of the Starry Night Blue the dark blue, plus a belly band, and I have 1, 2, 3 of the plaid. So that means I'm going to do one of each in each signature, and then we'll figure out where the belly band's going to go after, and we'll just start plunking them in, and then we can embellish them as well. But for now, I just made them a little bit sturdy so I could make them pockets or tucks. So let's just move some of this way. Oh, here, I'll show you this little booklet too. So this was a piece cut out of the instructions. I used the turquoise colored ribbon to sew a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I just made a little notebook. Just a cute little book. I used some of the printable, I used pattern paper, I used some of the end cuts when I was cutting my signatures. That's from the coloring page, I believe. I used more of the instructions. There's one of the stickers that was part of the goodies. This is the index card that came with the kit. Great big index card. There are the tickets that came with the kit, and I've stained those with the alcohol inks. That's the cute little ribbon that came with the kit. Everything is from the kit. The only thing I have, and there's more of that cut off, so see why I saved my scraps, because that just reinforced that page a bit, plus gave it a little bit of interest. Just glued that there. So that's super cute. So that's going to be added probably in a belly band or something at some point. Just make a little bit more room here. Okay. And I can show you these. So also from the instructions, I have backed them all as well with just a piece of cardstock. So I have used everything. I'm trying, my challenge to myself is to use everything in the kit, every single thing, and that it was not a requirement of the collaboration. That's just my personal choice. I'm trying not to add any of my own anything, embellishments or lace or anything, printables, nothing at all. I'm trying to use the entire thing, and I think I'm going to be able to do it with just the junk journal kit itself. The only thing I've added is, so far, is the cardstock to back these on, and also I photocopied in color this gal and added her arms. So she's got cardstock behind her too. But everything else that you see came with the kit. I haven't added anything else. So I have a few things tucked here and there. I still have these as well. There's those feet. I was just trying that there because I want to cover those feet. So let's actually take this stuff out. And where was the other piece? Because I'm not sure just where I want to put them yet. I was just kind of trying things out. So let's just start with one blue and one of the plaid. So it'd be nice to marry some of the blue across from the pattern. So I kind of like that right here at the beginning. K for Kathy. Let me make sure I'm in frame here. So I can get an impression here, then I can use my scissors. I just want a little divot. Yeah. At least I have a line to follow now to cut. Probably won't do this on all of them because it is a little hard. And I don't want it to look wonky. I love how we make up words in, well, junk journaling. There we go. There, that's better. Now you can see that letter K. I am going to use, not that I don't trust the art glitter glue, but just because of all the layers, I am going to use something a little, the only thing is that it's going to take forever to dry. But I'll just try not to have any spillage. And then we shouldn't have any mess to worry about. I might change my mind on the glue, but let's just start with that. Okay, and we still also have the inside here to do something with possibly. So there's one pocket. Now I'm going to come back and decorate those pockets after. So I might, for example, add, that's too big, but add something to the pockets. We'll see. Okay, so now I want to do one of the plaid ones just in the first signature. So this is what I like to do. Flip through, and when I see it starts to look like it's a little bit boring, I might add something. So I have all this white space right here, which would be good for journaling, except this is kind of shiny, so I don't know that anyone would really want to. I might save that to cover those feet. A little wide, aren't they? I could do that. I'm just going to keep flipping through here just to see if I have a preferred place to use that. Not really. I like leaving these open for journaling. This, again, probably not going to journal. So I think maybe right here, we'll just do a pocket. So I need to make this a little bit smaller. So of course we'll save this because we could put like a sentiment across there. So we'll save that. I like that there. Just your basic rectangle. Now this green wallpaper piece here, we have that folds. And I think at this point, we could probably make a decision if we're going to use that as a flap or a pocket. And I think I would like to use that as a pocket. There we go. So we have this. I would like to do some sort of a flip up so that this could be used for journaling space. And then whatever gets tucked in here could be pulled out, and this could also be used for journaling space. So I'll probably use a piece of fabric to flip up there. We'll see. We'll get to that later. Let's continue. So we have a blue, and I think this one is the vintage part, if I'm not mistaken. I know some of it was from her grandmother's stash. Okay, so that was first signature. We're on to signature 2. I don't like the front of this being so white, but again, that's a journaling space, right? So I probably should leave that. There's not a lot of journaling. I did add these 2 pockets. So probably something similar here. Good belly band with this guy. He's kind of wonky looking, isn't he? And we will embellish it later. Oh, I don't want to get messy. There we go. So just right in the center. And we will add to that later. Okay, belly band. Maybe here. Now, I really like the frayed look, so I'm sure you know this, but you can just use something sharp and just kind of pull the threads off. So again, just holding with my thumb the part I don't want to glue as a reminder, because I have been known to put things in upside down. It happens. Happens to the best of us. There we go. And I will come back for you. I will come back and decorate you. So now I have all these little extras here I can use for, we can add a sentiment, or we can add some of the cutoffs on there. So that's the second signature, or the middle one. And then the last signature starts here. So most definitely, let's start with these feet. It's just really bothering me. Okay, I think we're going to do a side tuck this way. and cover up those feet. Most definitely. That was an easy one. Been wanting to do this for a while. I don't know, I just think it's weird. There we go. I don't have a problem with feet. I'm not weird. I'm not weird. Well, whatever. There we go. So now we have a side tuck. Love it. Okay, and then the blue, we have the great big guy. All right, so what are we going to do with him? I could cut him in two. He could be a great big pocket. He could be a tuck this way, like a pocket, which I kind of like that. Try to make some sort of an impression that I can cut along. There we go. So yeah, that was a good thing to sit and mass make. I'll try to throw in a picture where I just take a full sheet of cardstock and just start gluing things to it and then cut them off after. I find that a very relaxing thing to do, but it was a great way to prep for today. There we go. So again with the Fabri-Tac, holding the spot I don't want glued, although it's kind of obvious with the thumb notch, isn't it? There we go. There. I like it. Picasso, as my granddaughter would say. So my question of the day is, I've been contemplating, I'm not crazy about the idea, but I have been contemplating starting a TikTok account just for video tutorials. It won't be as robust as my Instagram page, but I'll tell you my reasons for and against. Let's start with against. I've never been a fan of the idea of TikTok, and I know that sounds hypocritical because I have Instagram. Just privacy issues with your data, and I just see a lot of people getting their artwork stolen, and I seem to hear more complaints. I have no idea. This is not founded on any research whatsoever. It's just what comes across me. I don't hear complaints as much about people with having their artwork stolen Instagram wise, but TikTok, yes. So is it because it's just bigger numbers, a bigger platform? I don't know. I know that some people don't use Instagram, but they are junk journalers, so that's my thought about TikTok. The other reason is, I guess, in all honesty, is back to Instagram. Once in a while you hear of someone losing their account. Now, I am verified, but that doesn't seem to matter. I've people that are verified have been hacked, and it's a concern nowadays, right? So I've worked really hard to get my Instagram built up, and now I'm working to get my YouTube built up. But if I were to lose either one, like hopefully not from a violation, but from whatever, it would be nice to have a backup. As I explained in my last video, I count on this for some income, so I would hate to be left with no way to communicate with my junk journal community. Anyways, I drive most of my own sales to my Etsy shop myself. It's not really through SEO or Etsy searches. It's mostly me sending people to inviting them to check out my Etsy shop. So I'm pretty much responsible for my own sales. But if I don't have a platform to do that on, then I'm kind of in a bad spot. So it'd be nice. I'm thinking of TikTok as a backup, really. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you have TikTok and Instagram? It just sounds like it might be a lot of work. I could try it for a while and see if I can keep up. And if I can't, I can delete it, right? It's worth a shot. Anyways, this is the fidget toy. This is little girls in this journal, the theme. So I thought this little miniature blankie was appropriate. And then I made it into a fidget toy. It's a crinkle blanket. So what's inside, I did a reel on this. I showed how I made this with two pieces of the fleece. And then I put some of the tissue paper, this stuff, in the middle. That's what the crinkle is. It's a fidget toy. So that's going to live in the back pocket of the journal. So I'm just going to set that aside for now so I don't get glue on it. Okay, so we've done all of the fabric pockets. Now let's find a spot for that big belly band. I kind of think this is just begging for something. Yeah, I like that. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to just glue this as a belly band. I need a spot for that little notebook, and it needs to be pretty generous because it's a little chunky. So this thing. So we'll let that dry for a minute. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll put there. That's good. That's good, good, good. Okay. Okay, so we've done all of those pockets. These could also be used as pockets. So let's just sort out the sizes a little bit. These are horizontal. This is a bigger piece. This is a tall skinny, so it's probably going to be a tag. It's almost a tag size. That's a little bit bigger. This is kind of like a tag. These, I tried to save them all. So I thought that would be kind of neat to put those throughout the journal. 1, 2, 3, right in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodness, Kathy. There's another horizontal piece. These are smaller bits that I cut out. There's 5. And there's 6. Using math, there's 3 signatures. So 1, 2, 3. So I'd like to start laying these out throughout so you can kind of follow the number sequence through the journal. How about there? I like that. So yeah, I do this quite a bit where I count how many things I have and then divide it by the number of signatures I have and then try to spread it out. I like that that gives your journal some flow and continuity. Branding even. I really think that so that it's not lopsided, so I don't have too many of these towards the front of the journal. I do try to spread it out a bit. Sorry, I know that's not a great sound either. Never mind. Okay, moving on. So that's number 1. Number 2, somewhere in this journal, so or signature, let's go to the second half of it. Here. Oh, how about there? Okay. Sometimes you just know. Sometimes it just works out, right? So let me know in the comments what you think about the TikTok idea. Like, do you have a TikTok account? Do you follow creators on both? Do you think I'd end up with a whole new audience? I don't know. It's a toss-up. I don't know. I haven't decided for sure yet, but it's just kind of like a security or backup plan in case I lose my Instagram. I don't want to lose my Instagram. I hope I don't, but you gotta be realistic about it. It won't be through any of my doing. I'm very careful. It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining. It's apparently supposed to be plus 18 Celsius today. That's amazing. It's March. Okay, so there's the center of that signature. So number 4, where are we going to put number 4? Maybe she can become that can become some sort of a pocket. Yeah, let's glue this one on like a pocket. The last signature, we have 5 and 6. Oh, I like that. I like that layering. Let's do that. So this side I want to hang over about that far so I won't glue past my thumb. That. Like that very much. Okay, and then one left. Same thing. I'm going to do this here. So about halfway over, I don't want to glue. Yeah, I like that. These colors match so nice. Okay. Very good. Okay, let's go back and do our friend here very quickly. You know what? Where's this girl? I think we'll use her. We will cover a girl with another girl. Do I want to make that a... Let's leave it as a tuck spot first from underneath. Let's try that. Just covering the edge. Perfect. Okay, so we might use that as a tuck spot. We'll see. We'll see. If not, I can always, this is thin enough, I can reach underneath and glue that. Okay. Okay, so now we have all these guys. Oh, the backs. I really should, oh, let's try that belly band out right now. Should be dry. Yep, that's gonna work. I like that. And I also love the diagrams and stuff. So these are great. The instructions inside a pattern. I have found Salvation Army stores, thrift stores, the cheapest for buying patterns. So this is a belly band here. So I'm just going to lay this right on top. That glue. So this will be, oops, when it dries, this will be a double belly band. So we can put something underneath here and underneath here. That'll be fun. I love layering with double belly bands. That's one of my favorite things. It's already, look at it, it's already getting thicker. I love it. This needs something, so I kind of like something like that as a pocket. So see how bulk making these ahead of time makes this process so much faster? I mean, you could find a spot, make a pocket, find a spot, make a pocket. But that, to me, I used to be like that. But I find this, if you have the opportunity to bulk make your items like this, like a cohesive theme kind of thing, or just bulk make pockets when you don't have a journal on the go that are like neutral that you can add, or make a bunch of different colors and then you can pick from your pile. One day we'll do some bulk making videos, and pockets will definitely be on the list. That we talked about making a tag right there. So let's cut this so it's tag-like. I still do this cheat thing because I just can't do it by eye, and I don't have a template made yet. I think it's, where do I see that done? Donna, Twisted Paper Studio. Love her videos. She has a little template made out of a gift card or an old bank card or something that's pre-cut, and then she just uses that as a template to make her tags. It's one of the smartest things I've seen. She's really good at coordinating her fabrics, curating things for... Now we might add a tassel or something to this after, like some of these fabrics I have left over, but that's, to me, is next steps. See, there's also, like, this is so pretty. Let's make this a fabric flip that you can journal underneath and just lift it up. So let's do that. How are we going to secure the top? This would be a good spot to use some of these kind of things. Yes. So let's start with a bead of glue for the lace itself, which is obviously going to seep through. And then, yeah, that's cute. I like that. I knew there would be a spot for these. Oh, this glue. I really should be putting the lid back on it. It's my own fault. Just not a fan. Okay. But it's necessary. Sorry. Not like they're going to be watching my videos, but not to say anything bad about your product, but it's just difficult to work with. But it does a good job at adhering, so. Okay, I like that. I like that. And then this covers it. Oh, isn't that cute? That's cute. Ooh, let's do that somewhere else. I've been wondering what to do with that. I was just going to do pockets, but I really like that as so that's in the last signature. Let's try one in the front. Maybe we'll do one in each. Is there enough? Maybe. And then I'll do this. A little bit. And then we'll put something across here. Like I have in the box, I have stuff cut out for words and such and numbers. So that's cute. Okay, so this I figured would be a cute tag, but now I'm thinking it needs to just be some sort of a, wherever we need balance on something. What about there? Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. So this was cut out from one of the pages, the papers that came with the kit. You can see it's the back of that onion bag. So you're going to notice that some of this was done and cut out because, as usual, I'm having a hard time staying in frame. So those bits I'll probably delete from this video. So you might see something that was done, a pocket or something, and say, when did you do that? Oh, you know. I did it down here where you couldn't see. Okay, so I really want to do something here and here, but I just don't know yet. I'm going to save this for the last video. We're going to save that for the last video. I'm going to show you how to do that 2-hole ribbon closure. So we'll save that for the last video. So I have these left. Wow, we used a lot. So I just have this one left, and this one, and this one. This would make, oh, I also have the tabs. Okay, so we should talk about that. Put that in there. In here, I have all of these tuck cards to use. I have tickets. I have playing cards that I've that came with the kit. There's that envelope. I really should make a decision on these where I want to put the tabs. There's a few stickers in here. This was part of the, that was on the package, the pattern package. There's ribbons, and then there's all these little bits. This is not part of it. That came with, that's from the cigar box. There's that little lady there, puzzle pieces. I have a rose yet to use. So I have quite a bit of stuff here. So I think before this video gets to be so long, I will do some of this off camera, and then when I come back, you're going to see what we added, what I added. But thanks for hanging out with me today. I was happy to have all those prepped, those pockets and tuck spots. So that was very helpful today to have that done up ahead of time. So I encourage you to do that too. There we go. And I really need to give this some thought of what I want to do at the end. Some sort of an ensemble there. There's so many pockets in here. I'm not really concerned about putting a pocket on the front. I'd rather do some sort of a decal. And yeah, there we go. Okay. She's getting chunky. You might get to the point where this doesn't even close, and this might just have to close at the, might just have to close here, which is fine, which is totally fine. Yeah, really coming along. She's squishy. She's cute. Oops. Got the tassel done last week. All right, well, thank you for hanging out with me today. I will continue working on this journal, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye for now.